Hello everyone, it is everybody's favorite time of year. I hope you appreciate my cool witch hat. I bought it literally for this video. Today we're going to be looking at my short but spooky TBR for the month of October. So I only have 3 physical books and then a book that I will either pick up a physical copy of or I'm gonna listen to it over Audible. I haven't decided which yet. But I think 4 books, in my opinion, is kind of ambitious for 1 month. I mean, I know on the BookTube, it's like, oh, let's read 12 books a month. I can't do that. I don't want to do that. I think 4 is pretty good. And actually, there's a slight chance I might be able to squeeze in a 5th book because some of these are pretty short. Anyway, let's get the video started. If you have watched my previous fall half-price book haul, then you already know what one of my spooky books is. I was saving it specifically for this month because how can you not? It is the original Dracula. I am a vampire girl. I love dressing up as vampires. I love watching movies about vampires. I love the idea of a vampire, but I have not read or actually even know that much about the one that started it all, the original. I have heard that it's a pretty easy to consume classic because I don't know if you guys feel this way, maybe you love classics, but I find that some of them are a little difficult to digest because they're older, so the language is older, the story is older, the pacing tends to be slower. But this is also like not a huge book, so I'm pretty confident that I'll be able to read it fairly quickly. I mean, ideally, since I have 4 books, if I can do a book a week, I will be golden. Although my next one is so short that I should be able to read it within an hour, and that is Gillian Flynn's The Grownup. I just happened to come across this when I was looking for my October spooky books at the library. In case you don't know, I love Gillian Flynn. I have read all 3 of her previous published works. Absolutely like addicted to them. Usually read them within a few days because I cannot put them down. So when I came across this, I mean, it literally says on the back, you like ghost stories? And it's kind of interesting. It says that it is an Edgar Award-winning homage to a classic ghost story, and that it was originally appeared in What Do You Do in George R.R. Martin's Rogues Anthology. So it was a short story and is now published as a standalone book, and it's a ghost story. What a perfect October read, right? Gillian Flynn has great potential to regularly creep me the heck out. I'm very confident in the fact that this book will get me creeped out because that is actually what I want from my books this month. I like horror, I like thrillers, I like things that give me the heebie-jeebies, so all about this. The next one, I would have never picked out, like based off of the cover. I would never be like, oh, this will be a good, scary, spooky October pick. But my friend, whose taste I trust immensely, recommended it to me, and she said that it kept her up at night because it was so disturbing. So I'm like, absolutely. And it is Sadie. It is a YA contemporary. I do not like YA contemporaries. I generally avoid them. I barely can handle YA fantasy, let alone the contemporaries. But like I said, I'm not even quite sure what it's about. I think maybe a missing girl, something along those lines. I don't even know if it is a straight up contemporary or if it has any sort of paranormal nonsense in it. I don't know, but I'm excited for it to also keep me up at night. And my last book, which was also a recommendation, my friend who recommended The Blade Itself, which has now become one of my favorite books of all time, so also an opinion who I trust entirely, recommended Drachenfels, a vampire Genevieve novel. The cover looks so old school, like vampire, gothic, which I love. Always down for another vampire book. And this one looks, I'm kind of how I would imagine Dracula to be, so kind of old school. I don't know anything about it. I don't know if this book is old or if it's more or less recently published, like within the last 10, 20 years. But I kind of like that about books. I like going into them blind and being surprised along the way. I feel that way about a lot of media. If I know too much about it beforehand, then I feel like I've already consumed it. Yeah, that is my short but spooky TBR for the month of October. I plan on making a lot of videos this month. I'm going to be aiming for 3 a week and doing a lot more reading vlogs since I have a lot of books to read. So make sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on any of those videos in the future. Thank you so much for hanging out with me, and I hope to see you guys next time. Bye!